We're back with Open Innovation Week. Thanks to everyone who is watching us live. Remember, you can write your questions to our panelists in the YouTube chat. Now, to talk about payment view in LATAM and cross-border e-commerce, I invite Ms. Carol Su, Senior Key Account Manager at Ebanx. Welcome, Ms. Carol. Thank you for your presence.
Hey, thank you, Marco, for introducing me. And good morning and good evening. My name is Carol Su. I'm the Senior Key Account from Ebanx. And we help global companies to grow their online business in Latin America in terms of payment. So today, I want to share with you the great potential of Latin America and how Ebanx can support you with the expansion plan. Let's start with the Latin America. E-commerce overview. The evolution of this region. So this year, COVID-19 has a huge impact on every country and every industry. Latin has no exception. However, due to the quarantine and social isolation, people started to buy more online. Especially we see this situation from last Friday. The online sales was outperformed. So by the end of this year, we estimate the e-commerce in this region will close in 185 billion, which is a 9% of year-over-year growth. And this growth is very likely to continue to next year. From this chart, you can see that the forecast of e-commerce is quite promising. You can see Brazil at 19%, Mexico 25%, and Colombia 32%, Chile 23%. And those 4 countries are also the hot topics that has been highly discussed recently. Looking at the e-commerce volume in Latin, so here you can see there are 12% significant volume coming from cross-border. And the main vertical are 44% from retail, 37% from digital goods, and 19% from travel. This is because Latin Americans are very attached to international brands, especially for travel and digital service, because people love to travel, and also from enjoying the online streaming, such as Spotify and Netflix. And not to mention that the international marketplaces offer a wider range of product selection with competitive prices. So let's look at the connection and payments. Latin Americans are one of the most connected people in the world. Like Brazilians can spend 9 hours a day to surf on the net. And so a lot of online shopping are made on the mobile. So in order to reach those online customers, you will need to know what are their preferred payment methods. From this table, you can see if your website only offers international credit cards, you probably only are reaching 20% of the local shoppers. This is because in this region, a lot of people doesn't have the access to international credit cards. So 42% of the local people prefer to use domestic credit cards, and there are 15% of people prefer to use cash voucher. So this will be a challenge if you only work with international credit cards. And also the buying pattern is quite similar across this region. There are 2 important points we would like to highlight. That is installments and cash payments. So if you want to consider to optimize your market share and reach higher revenue, it's important to have those 2 options. And for installments, like it's been widely used across this region because it's increasing people's buying power. Like it gives more flexibility for people to spend their money every month. So even with interest-free or without, people prefer to choose installment plans. And this also resulted in higher average order value and higher conversion rate. And for cash payments, it provides an option for those unbanked population because it offers the choice for people to buy online and pay offline. And another payment trend was to mention is the financial digitalization movement. So together with the high adoption of smartphones, this region that because this region they are like known for as cash is the king, and with the government's support for those unbanked people, the new digital payments are introduced. So in Brazil, the government has just launched a new payment method called Pix in November. This is an instant payment system that allows transactions to be made in 24/7 in real-time confirmation and directly with the Central Bank of Brazil. So a similar payment method in Mexico is called COVID. And with this new digital payments, we think that will be quickly shape up the market, especially on e-commerce. So to quickly understand the market size of Latin America, let's look at Brazil, as this is the most influential country in South America. So Brazil is a Portuguese-speaking country with a population of 230 million, and the online shopper is 55 million. There may have some concern around its political or economic situation, but this country has presented a very stable GDP growth rate above 2%, and this is expected to be the similar situation for a few years. So why Latin America or why Brazil? The countries of this region are different regarding their economics, politics, culture, and consumer behaviors. But despite of that, they have one thing in common. That is the opportunity for e-commerce are growing every year. So not to mention that it's fewer competition compared to US and Europe. So we think it's now the perfect moment for you to start exploring all the opportunity this region has to offer. And next, let's talk about Japan and Brazil. So Japan and Brazil has a long history that Brazil has the largest community of Japanese descendants outside of Japan, numbering about 1.5 million people. This has deeply shaped the Japan and Brazil tie in culture and economics. So today we can see that Japanese pop culture are quite popular in Brazil. So there are Japanese cosplay, online magazines, games, and music, which all presented a strong presence in the online streaming and TVs across the whole country. And what are the Brazilians looking for? Here are the top Brazilian Japanese products sold in Brazil. The first one is the beauty products, such as skincare and cosmetics, and clothing for like Japanese fashion style, decorations, and high-tech products. Why is that? So from our survey, that 44% of Brazilians prefer the electronic products coming from Asia, and 20% of them prefers, especially for those products came from Japan. Even with the higher price, those products have a great demand for consumers who know the uniqueness and quality compared to the national products. So this consumer insight just add more niche to Japanese company who want to get into Brazil. And let's look into the similarity of online payments shared for these two countries. So although credit card has a high demand for majority user to use, cash has played an important role in both Japan and Brazil. So in Japan, people use konbini a lot, which is similar to the boleto here in Brazil, that the cash voucher can be accepted in CVS. So the digital payments, such as digital wallet, although it's relatively new in both Japan and Brazil, but with the support from government, it will make a huge impact in e-commerce to speed up the market, since it's faster, it's safer, and easier for customer to make a payment. So how is Ebank solution can support your business? So Ebanx was founded in 2012 to connect global merchants to Latin America consumers through local payment solutions. And last year, Ebanx has also become one of the first Brazilian unicorns. And our solution is to be your true local partner, that to simplify all the hassles you need to deal with the payments. We want to make it easy for you to sell in local currency with local payment methods that connects to local acquirer, so to achieve higher approval rate. We have the fraud prevention tool to protect your business and customer service in local language that can handle, that can talk directly to your customers. Our headquarters is in Curitiba, Brazil, and we also have an APAC team here to cover the different time zones from Japan and Brazil or around the globe. So speaking about the expansion plans for every business, that most company may consider the business model either to operate from cross-border with an international acquirer or to establish a local operation. Both has the pros and cons, depends on your business strategy. But here within Ebanx, we will want to offer an other option that you can have the benefits from cross-border, but also be able to have the higher approval rate to work with local providers. So the competitive advantage here in Ebanx is that we can support your cross-border business that you operate in local. And we have this business model up running for 8 years in 9 Latin America countries, and with over 1,000 merchants today. But if you already have a local entity and wants to be local, we can also support that. So we have another business model that has that can work with your Brazil local entity. It's started since last year, and now it's been growing quite fast. So here, just to name a few our top merchants that we currently have in our portfolio. We have the Spotify and Deezer from the streaming vertical, and Sony, PlayStation, Ubisoft in the gaming. From the retail and marketplaces, we have Shopee, Shein, and AliExpress from the Alibaba Group. Also for digital services, we have Coursera, those online training classes, and Uber. And travel, we have Airbnb. So those top merchants, we have been working for several years, and it's been an honor to partner with those big companies to help them grow their online business and gain more market share. So if you are interested to find out more about Ebanx, and please feel free to reach out. I'll be happy to assist. And I think we still have a few more minutes to take questions.
Yes, there are two questions that I sent you in the chat.
Let me see. The questions are first, are there opportunities for open innovations with startup at Ebanx? In which areas? Do you have a case to share with us? So Ebanx was once a startup company in Brazil as well. So we are welcome for all kinds of opportunity or innovations to work with. So it will be depends on what kind of the innovations we are talking about. We currently have different sponsorship from in different area, like we sponsor young talents in technologies and sports. So if you are interested, that we can talk about it more offline. The second question is, how can startups connect with you and Ebanx? So we have our contact. Let me see. We have our contact at. You can send the email to business@ebanx.com, and we will also have the contact to with Jetro, and Marco has our contact information as well.
Okay, Carol, I think there are no more questions.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank
so thank
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Nice to have me here.